Hey guys, do you notice anything different about me? Yeah. I don't have braces anymore! Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. It feels really weird because now it's like my teeth are all slimy and weird and I have a permanent retainer and it's like, where do I put my tongue? I don't know really. I'm sure I'll get used to it soon enough and I'll be like, what? But like right now it's like my mouth is what's happening. And yeah, it's really great. I'm so excited. So today I'm going to be doing a sort of wrap up of what I've read since my last TBR. And I think I'm going to make a TBR for the rest of the year, but that'll be next week. I read 10 books since the last TBR video I made, and I'm like still in the middle of a bunch of books which are like all over there, which you can sort of see in the background. I'll talk about those in like another video, but I just don't want this video to be too long. So I'm just going to be talking about books I recently read and like what is up with them. I haven't rated any of them yet, so if you're like, oh my god, did you rate it 1 star or 5 stars? I don't really know yet because I'm still working on that. The reviews are coming soon. Yes, I've said that in the last couple videos, but I'm still writing them because it just takes forever. I did find my notebook. Did I tell you guys that? I found my notebook that I write all my reviews in. I just need to like continue writing them. I've gotten like half of them done, so I'm working on it. Don't worry. Let's get started. The first book I finished was The Runaway King by Jennifer A. Nielsen, and this is the second book in the Ascendance trilogy. The first one was The False Prince, and I read that 2 years ago, I want to say, and it was good. My friend recommended it to me, and I've had the next 2 books because I bought them, and I really wanted to just like finish this series, and I got the audiobook on Overdrive. I'm gonna say that for a lot of them, but I did, and I read this in the car and stuff, and it was really good, and I really liked it. And I definitely recommend it if you liked the first one. It's about he's trying to become prince. It's sort of complicated, but it's good. It's funny. This wasn't my favorite out of the series. I think either the first one or the third one would be my favorite, but like not this one. This one was sort of eh. It was in the middle. But like the last one was really good. So that's the next one I'm going to be talking about. The Shadow Throne by Jennifer A. Nielsen. This was the second book I finished, and this was the conclusion, obviously, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I had a lot of fun reading it and finding out what happened to all the characters that we know, and just it was really a lot of fun. I recommend that series if you're like into it. It's fun and like sort of action-y and everything. It's cool. And the next book I read, I already talked about on my channel, and that is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I got this ARC and it's beautiful in the box. I really enjoyed this book. Oh my gosh. It was a lot of fun. And I had a lot of emotions at the end. I definitely recommend this book if you really like Marissa Meyer because she's awesome, and it was really cool. Seeing everything from in Alice in Wonderland was just really interesting. The next book I finished, I'm sure a lot of you really love, and I'm excited to talk about it with anyone who wants to. And that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I finally finished it, you guys, after like 5 months of reading it. I finally finished this huge, massive book, and it was amazing. You guys were right. I loved it. Rhys is amazing, and I want to marry him. And I can't believe everything happened at the end. It was like the last 10 pages, and I was like, oh my god, what's happening? Ah! And I like died. So if you don't know what's happening, basically the first one is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and this one, I'm not really sure. I think it's the Hades and Persephone retelling sort of thing, and it was really good. And if you haven't read anything by Sarah J. Maas, I don't know what you're doing with your life, definitely go pick it up. This one is more adult than Throne of Glass, I would say. If you're into that, go with this one. The next book I read was Dan and Phil Go Outside by Dan Is On Fire and Amazing Phil. And it was really great. It was really fun. I didn't really think I would like it that much. I knew it was just like basically the pictures of their tour and everything, but they had all this commentary on it that I didn't realize was going to be in it, which I don't know why I didn't realize, but it was, and it was really funny to see their reactions and stuff, like how they would talk about different things, like Phil versus Wildlife, episode 1, the rejection duck, here. And it was really cute to see all of the things they did on tour and all the places they went and everything. It was just really fun to sort of go on the adventure with them, and I had a lot of fun, especially since I went on the tour and I sort of knew about it and everything. I enjoyed it. If you like Dan and Phil, you'll like that book. The next book I finished was Winter by Marissa Meyer. Basically, I read a lot of Marissa Meyer this month, and I'm planning to read Stars Above next wrap-up. This book was really good. Oh my god, so many things happened in the wrap-up to this series, and I don't have the words to express it. It was so good, you guys. Oh my god. I had a lot of emotions with this book. If you haven't read the Lunar Chronicles, what are you doing? They're like fairy tale retellings by Marissa Meyer, and they're amazing, and I definitely recommend them. And this was the conclusion, and it was so emotional and everything, and I just loved it so much. And this is definitely like a really great series to get into because I feel like it has something for everyone in it, and I feel like anyone would just really like it. And this one's super long, but the first couple aren't that long. I really appreciated how Fairest, that like sort of 3.5 story, really wrapped into this one, because you saw a lot of like that stuff like sort of hinted at here, and I was like, oh, and I remember that happened in this, and it just sort of like weaved together nicely, and I really appreciated that. The next book I've been saying I'm going to read for like all of my channel's existence, and I finally did, and that is Magic by Angie Sage, and it's Septimus Heap book 1, and I've had this book since 2013, and I haven't read it, and now I have. I got the audiobook on Overdrive. I'm not sponsored by Overdrive or anything, just so you know, but I got it on there and I read it all really quickly, and it was really great, and I was really happy when I finished it because I was like, finally, success, I finished it, because this is a book that I'm saying I'm going to read forever, and now I have, and I'm really proud of that. This book is about like this magical family and them traveling away from this other ghost sort of guy who like has taken over and everything, and they're trying to get it back, and all this stuff is happening, and it's really interesting. I don't know if I'm going to continue with this series. It was good. I don't know if it was that good for me to be like, I don't want to continue it right now. Maybe in the future someday. It's not one that I'm like, oh, I want to read the next book right now, I need it. Like with Winter, I was like, I need more. This one I'm like, yeah, I could do with more, but like not right now. And the next book I read was a popular one on BookTube, and that was An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. And it's this book about these two people. So basically Laia, okay, I'll read the back. Laia is a slave, Elias is a soldier. Neither is free. Under the martial empire, defiance is met with death. Laia and her family did not challenge the empire. They've seen what happens to those who do. But when Laia's brother is arrested for treason, she is forced to make a decision. In exchange for help from rebels who promise to rescue her brother, she will risk her life to spy for them from within the empire's greatest military academy. There, Laia meets Elias, the school's finest soldier, and secretly it's most unwilling. He and Laia will soon realize that their destinies are intertwined and that their choices will change the fate of the empire itself. I didn't know how to explain it other than that. It's really good. Oh my gosh. It weaved together so nicely. I need the next book so bad. Like the ending. Oh my god. I need book 2. And the book 2, A Torch Against the Night, is out. I just need to like go and physically buy it. And I haven't yet. But I'm gonna do that sometime in the future, hopefully soon. I really enjoyed this book. I definitely see why everyone was talking about it. It was really cool and really great, and I really enjoyed it. And another book I read was pretty popular on BookTube. There were a lot of mixed feelings about it. I'm really late to this train, but I finally read it, and that is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I actually have a poster of it up there that I got a while back. I finally read this book and I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite, but I really thought it was fun and everything. It was interesting. I sort of saw some of the plot twists coming. I don't really want to spoil it for you guys now, but like there were a couple things that I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be so and so, or like that's gonna happen, and then they did, and I was like, okay, that was sort of typical. So that was sort of a bummer, but other than that, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun reading it. I got the audiobook on Overdrive as well for this book. I got the Overdrive on for this one as well, and this one. I'll probably continue it eventually. This, again, isn't one that I'm like, oh, I want to read the next book right now. It's just I'm like, yeah, I'll read it eventually probably if it doesn't happen. Okay. I just have a lot of other books I'm super excited about right now, and getting this second book isn't really a priority. Like, I'd rather have Torch Against the Night. This actually is a signed copy, if you can't tell. Yay! Hopefully I'll continue sometime in the future. And then the last book I actually finished this morning, and that is Ronit and Jamil by Pamela L. Laskin, and this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and actually last time I talked about this, which was on my New York Comic Con haul, I said it was a Romeo and Juliet retelling, which it is, but I didn't actually realize that it's Ronit and Jamil, like Romeo and Juliet, like R and J. For some reason, I was like, oh, I realized it after I said it. You guys probably all got that. But basically, it happens in Israel and Palestine, so they're on either sides of the fence. One of them is Jewish and one of them is Muslim, and they aren't supposed to be together. And it's told in verse, and it was fun. It was really quick to read, only 180 pages or something like that. I read it in like 2 hours, which is like something that never happens for me, and I enjoyed it a lot. They were really cute together. It is different from Romeo and Juliet a little bit, but at the same time, you see a lot of the same themes in there, obviously, and I really enjoyed that because I've read Romeo and Juliet and I was like, oh yeah, and this is the line from there, and it was really cool. And this book comes out February 21st in 2017. This is actually an ARC, and I enjoyed it, and I definitely recommend you guys go pick it up if you like Romeo and Juliet, because this one's a really cute story of like a similar thing. So yes, I read all 10 of these books, and they're like surrounding me right now on my lap. That's all I've read since my last TBR thing. Definitely let me know what you guys have been reading in the comments, because I am up to hearing what you guys are up to. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. So I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be up very soon. So I will see you guys then. Okay, bye! I've been waiting to do this video so that I've read enough books for you guys to be like, okay, she actually is reading. And fun fact, my TBR goal, if you don't know, it's 52 books, and I am 17 books away from that. So I'm trying to reach that by the end of the year. So I'm planning on reading like 17 more books by the end of the year. So that's what you have to look forward to in my TBR, because I'm going to be finishing my TBR goal, you guys. I will do it, okay? I got it. Okay, bye!